In midfield, number 2, Ashton Lowenberg. And forward, number 3, Maddie Shannon. And defense, number 4, Tilly Wolf. And forward, number 6, Avery Richardson. At midfield, number 7, Elizabeth Dietzen.
Good evening, Storm fans, and welcome to another edition of Storm Athletics live stream of your girls varsity. Tonight, it's a Metro West Conference battle. Your Storm take on the undefeated Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights. Benilde sit at the top of the table in the Metro West Conference, and they are number 1 in the state in the Class 2A rankings. Your Storm come into tonight's battle with a 4-3 record in conference. They sit on 12 points with an 8-4-1 record overall. It is a beautiful night for soccer, and we'll see what happens. The referees dressed in red. Let's hope that's not foreboding here against the Red Knights. And we are underway. This Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights team, they are undefeated, a perfect 12-0 on the season. In fact, they've only lost 1 game in the last 2 years. Where did that loss come? Here's Grace Fogarty right into the action right away. Grace has got a one-on-none. She's in with the goalkeeper. There's a save made. Grace was held and pushed. That's a great opportunity right out of the gates for Grace Fogarty. In the end, a save made by the Red Knights goalkeeper. As I was saying, the Red Knights undefeated this season. Their only loss last year, in fact, their only loss in 2 years, came at the hands of the Chanhassen Storm on this very field on October 1st. A year and a few days later, the Storm and the Red Knights do battle again. And we'll see who comes out on top. The Storm would love to put another blemish on the Red Knights' record this season. And right out of the gates, Grace Fogarty with a tremendous opportunity to give your Storm the early lead, but not meant to be. So here we go. Red Knights, they get into the attack now. There's a through ball. Cassidy Soto defending on that play. Grace Fogarty checks back. Hudson Steer intercepts now, and she looks to play forward. So to sort things out, folks, your Storm going with a 4-2-3-1 formation. Kennedy Bell, lone striker, with a nice layoff to Hudson Steer. Hudson knocks that ball off the Red Knights right back. It'll go for a Storm throw. You're back 4 tonight. Emma Beverly starts at right fullback. A little bit of shuffling in the midfield. Starting in that defensive midfield role. Here's a dangerous through ball. Give me 1 second here, folks. Maya Girding defending on this play. There's a shot attempt, first of the game for the Red Knights, easily saved by senior captain Jesse Moss, who starts in goal. The midfield for your Storm, Connolly Cusick anchors that defensive midfield spot with Valerie Rakatumalala, Haley Von Renssel, Grace Fogarty, and Hudson Steer. They take up positions more in attacking midfield with Kennedy Bell, the lone number 9 striker. Here's Valerie Rakatumalala with a nice layoff with Hudson Steer. Hudson has plenty of space. Hudson tries to square into the middle, and that's deflected out of bounds for a corner kick.
Storm get the first corner kick of the game.
Good start from the Storm right out of the gates. Steer to take first corner of the game. A couple of good attacks for your Storm girls to start. That's a ball in. That's over the goalkeeper. This falls to Grace Fogarty. She's got a chance. Now Valerie Rakatumalala. Grace on the ground tried to play that ball. The referee. This ball centered in. And the assistant referee, is going to give a penalty, I think, on Grace on the ground there. In the end, I don't know that that's a very good call. Grace playing the ball, not a dangerous play. If that is the call, the referee should hold his whistle as long as Grace is free to play that ball while she's on the ground as long as it's not a dangerous play. In the end, free kick to the Red Knights. So 4 minutes in, the Storm have had the better of it. A couple of good scoring opportunities for Chanhassen. First corner of the game. But that's a nice turn by the Red Knights attacker, and she's still going. This is a dangerous situation now. Emma Beverly has to come over from her right back spot. She deflects the ball. Good defending by Emma, and she kicks it out of play in the end. Referee stoppage. We've got an injured Red Knight player on the ground right now. I believe that's number 3, Maddie Shannon. She had made a full-speed run into the attack from midfield. Looked to get tripped up on the ball, and she's down. Referees have stopped play. So we hope that the Red Knights attacker has just taken a minor knock. Storm athletic trainer on the scene. So with this pause in the action, folks, we'll bring you back to some Metro West news. As I mentioned out of the gates, Benilde St. Margaret sits atop the Metro West. They've got a 7-0 conference record, sit on perfect 21 points. They're 12-0 on the season. Waconia, they are 6-1. They sit on 18 points. Their lone loss coming at the hands of the Chan Storm girls just last week. The Storm went to Waconia. First road trip for the Storm to play Waconia, newcomers to the Metro West Conference. And the Storm got the victory 2-1 on goals from Grace Fogarty and Kennedy Beld. Overall, Waconia with a 10-2-1 record. In third place in the Metro West, Orono. Orono, another newcomer to the Metro West Conference. They sit on a 4-2-1 conference record, 13 points. They're 7-4-1 overall. Your Chan Storm in fourth place right now. They're 4-3 in conference on 12 points, 8-4-1 overall. Followed by Bloomington Jefferson, Bloomington Kennedy, Chaska, St. Louis Park, New Prague, and Robbinsdale Cooper rounding out the Metro West Conference. Tonight, obviously, your Storm taking on Benilde St. Margaret's. Thursday, your Storm take on New Prague in their final Metro West Conference game of the season. That's an away game against New Prague. And Saturday, your Storm end their regular season against Buffalo, the final home game of the year. Chan Storm sit on an 8-4-1 record with their remaining 3 games, including the Red Knights tonight. The Storm have a chance to get to 10 wins on the season. That'd be a nice accomplishment after a successful season last year. A few games shortened given the COVID situation. The Storm last year got to 9 wins and a 9-3-1 record that included a sectional playoff win over Eden Prairie, eventually falling to Minnetonka 3-2 in sections last season. Your Storm right now have a chance to get to 10 wins. In fact, 11 if they can run the table. Right now, unfortunately, this does not look like a good situation for the Red Knights attacker. She's having difficulty putting weight on that foot. And she's helped off the field, so you never want to see that in any game. Again, Storm Nation sending out the best. To the Red Knights attacker. So now both teams, after that lengthy delay, psychologically have to flip the switch back on right now, which might be a little bit easier for the Storm. You never like to see anyone go off the field the way that the Red Knights attacker did in this case, but I'm sure her teammates are probably feeling for her maybe just a little bit more. But nonetheless, we are back underway. There's 35 minutes to go here. There's a centering pass. Jessie Moss does well at her near post to corral that, looking right into the sun on that cross. That's really well done by Jessie. And Jessie's going to play along. So underway, as I said, 35 minutes to go. After the first 5 minutes of the game here, your Storm, I'd have to say, got out got the better of it in the first 5 minutes of the game, but it's almost like a restart here given the injury stoppage. And there's a ball forward from Emma Beverly trying to find Kennedy Beld. The Red Knights play back to their goalkeeper. Kennedy pressing on the play. Kennedy dictating play there. That's good work by Kennedy to force her opponent in one direction, and unfortunately that ball goes out of play off of Hudson Steer. So the Red Knights able to get out. They've won a throw-in close to midfield now. The Storm get back into defensive mode. This ball runs out of play. Cassidy Soto starting the game at left back for the Storm. Again, Coach Katie Clark going with a 4-2-3-1 formation. Kennedy Beld playing the lone striker. She defends on this play and is fall to Grace Fogarty. Grace dribbling forward. She tries to connect with Haley Von Renssel, senior captain. Haley tried to square it to Kennedy, and that was given back. Fogarty attempts to bring the ball down. That ball, Cassidy keeping that attacker on sides. And Benilde still with an opportunity now. Emma Beverly called on to defend. This ball goes out of play. Throw in to Benilde. Cassidy got caught a little deep there. She was not even with her center backs. That allowed the Benilde attacker to stay on sides, and they're still in possession, and they're attacking third. So the Storm called on to defend. There's a long ball. Comes across the side of the field. Hudson Steer defending here. Benilde in possession. They work it now. Benilde pushing 9 attackers forward into the penalty area.
Storm goal kick.
That's going to open up some counterattacking options. Both the left and right fullback for Benilde pushing well into the attack. Beverly finds Cusick. Red Knights do well to win the ball back, though. They're pressing as a team. Now Kaya Burrows from her center back spot. She wins the ball and tries to connect with Hudson Steer, but that's broken up. Haley Von Renssel on the play defending, and she's called for a foul.
That's a Red Knights free kick.
Benilde plays quickly. They play to feet. That's well taken. Kaya breaks up that attempted through pass, and she just clears the ball away. So this gives the Storm a chance to reset. Benilde gets 4 of its players back behind the ball. Defensive midfielder tries to does square it to their left fullback. Grace defending on that play. Haley Von Renssel can't bring that ball down, but that bouncing ball goes for a handball.
Storm foul. Red Knights foul. Storm foul.
That's a little bit of gamesmanship. The center back for the Red Knights knew exactly what she was doing there. The referee had given the free kick to the Storm, and frankly, she was out of position. If Haley would have taken that quickly, I think she had Grace and Kennedy. The Red Knights player just kicked the ball away. Heads up play by her. Kaya tries to play forward. That's broken up, and so free kick. Well, the Storm get a break. Haley Von Renssel tries to play that ball wide to Fogarty. It goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in. So right now, the Storm just got to be a little bit smarter on their set plays. Emma Beverly, far side of the field. She's ready to take the throw. She's got Fogarty, Beld, Rakatumalala in front of her. Beld does really well to connect with her. Beverly, good touch to her left. Beverly switches it to Soto. Soto, first touch, and she just plays long. So that ball goes out of play for a goal kick, so that opportunity goes awry. That was good work to keep the ball off of the throw-in, but then given right back to Benilde. Hudson wins the ball back for her team. I think she had Haley Von Renssel with a quick 1-2. Instead, she elected for the pullback, and that ball goes out of play for a throw-in. Bouncing ball, Cusick defending on the play. Ball stays with Benilde. A couple of unforced errors from the Storm. Burrows defending on the play. She gets back, knocks it out of bounds. So between that long ball forward from Cassidy Soto that just goes back for a goal kick, ball out of bounds, a couple of these plays here and there, those can be the difference maker in a game. Your Storm have played a lot of close games this season. Outside of 2 games, every game the Storm has played this year has been a 1-goal contest or a tie. One tie coming to Holy Family, 1-1, but otherwise it's been 1-goal games. So a bounce here, bounce there, possession at one part of the field or not, that's important for these girls. Your Storm has proven that they can play close games, but got to take advantage and not make unforced errors. And here's another chance for Benilde off of that bouncing ball. Soto does well getting back to defend, but it's still in the hands of Benilde. Burrows defending, and she ends up clearing. So Benilde proving that they can be dangerous on the counterattack. No one closing down there, and that allows the Benilde attacker to play the ball forward. Now Soto. This ball goes out of play. It stays with the Red Knights. That throw in, Soto defends on the play. She clears forward. He tries to get in front, but that ball runs by. 2 Benilde players go to the ball. No one on the Storm. Now Cusick ends up clearing. Hudson gets this ball on her left foot, and she tries to play forward. But now the Benilde's starting to boss the game. So the first 5 minutes of the game, I think, went the Storm's way. The second 5 have definitely gone Benilde's way. So after that stoppage for the injured Benilde player, Benilde has come out the better of the 2 teams. Dummy allows that. Haley Von Rensselaer just knocks that ball away. The Storm on the back foot. So Benilde, like I said, they're sending 8 into the attack. Their 2 center backs holding the midfield line when they get possession in their attacking half. Those numbers are allowing Benilde to keep that ball. And that's a mistake. This ball goes out of play. It's going to be a throw-in for the Storm. So this is a familiar formation for Benilde. They're playing a 4-3-3. Beverly takes the throw, finds Fogarty, and then that's played long forward, intercepted by the Red Knights. Red Knights numbers in midfield. Valerie Rakatumalala defending. Now Soto tries to find Hudson. Given those extra numbers right now, Benilde able to win the ball back. Grace Fogarty pressing now. This ball goes out of play, so it'll be a Storm throw in near side of the field. Cassidy Soto to take. Almost 15 minutes in, coming up on 25 minutes to play here, first half. Foul. It's a tough ball for Cusick to handle. She does nonetheless. Kennedy tries to release Fogarty. Benilde keeper off of her line comes forward. Now Beverly intercepts. That's a really good first touch from Kennedy Bell. Grace Fogarty tries to cut. She gets it on her left foot, still going. And that shot's deflected. Conley Cusick, though, defending on the play. Fogarty loses that ball off the dribble, and it's a turnover. And now Benilde able to counter. Benilde's got a 4-on-4. Now the Storm getting back on defense. Maya caught out of position just a little bit, but Soto does well to defend that through pass. Allows the Storm to recover. Long throw in. Soto just heads that ball out of play. Soto again. This header finds its way to Valerie. Hudson again tries to dribble out of trouble, and that again goes out of play. Soto, header. Another throw in for Benilde. Now Benilde gives it back to the Storm. Valerie tries to switch the field. That bouncing ball, Beverly just clears. Von Renzel plays forward. Steer tries to pick that ball up, but midfield for Benilde. Grace. The ball falls to her. Now Beverly. And this is easily intercepted again. Bell checking back, does really well. The referee's given a foul.
Storm foul. It's a Red Knights free kick.
I think that was really good tracking back from Kennedy there. I'm not sure what the referee saw in that foul. As Fogarty does well to win the header. Cusick battles. This ball goes off of Kennedy. Throw in back to the Red Knights. 24 minutes to go here, first half. Throw into the Storm. Conley finds Beverly. Beverly tries to play forward. Now Von Renzel tries to find Valerie. Benilde's center back comes up to intercept, and Benilde again now into the attack. This ball rolls into the 18, and Jessie comes over, picks it up with her hands. Threat gone. Good heads-up play by Jessie Moss. Jessie plays long. That's won by Benilde. Hudson wins it back for her team. Now Kennedy. Ball on the ground. Kennedy elects to dribble. She tries to release Grace. Grace is going to get to this ball on the far side. And that's just knocked out of play. Grace finds Emma Beverly. That's a good header won by the left back for the Red Knights. Now they're able to transition. That's a good pass on the ground forward. That allows the Red Knights attacker to stop, turn, and do something dangerous, and she has done something dangerous. Soto has to come over to try to defend. This is a chance now. That's a great save by Jessie Moss, but the rebound falls kindly to the Red Knights attacker after Jessie made the first save. And your Storm concede the first goal of the game. It's 1-0 to the Red Knights. That build-up play from Benilde. Every pass out of the back, on the ground. Allowed them to keep possession as they move the ball. Dangerous through ball forward. Soto was called on to come in and defend, and in the end, that was a great individual effort and goal. Initial shot saved by Jessie Moss. Nothing she could do about that rebound, and so it's 1-0. Storm got to dig themselves out of a hole right away. Kennedy Beld pressing on the play now for the Storm. Kennedy still going, and this long ball comes forward. Cusick defends there. Now Haley Von Renzel comes back from her 10 spot. She tries to find Kennedy Beld. Kennedy keeps that ball, finds Haley. Haley plays Grace, then makes a run forward. Haley's still going. Grace dribbles to her left. Now finds a through ball to Kennedy. This is a chance now for the Storm. And that's defended by the Red Knights goalkeeper. So that was better build-up play from the Storm. Again, on this Chance Storm Stadium turf, love to see the Storm connect with that ball on the ground. Definitely have the skill players that can keep it. And now the Storm have a chance to get one back. That's a good ball in. Grace Fogarty goes down in the box. She looked to the referee, was hoping to get something, and the ref just waved it off. It's the second time of the game Grace has gotten into the box, and you'd have to say gotten a push. Referee let it go on both occasions. Now Maya Girding plays steer. But that ball's given back in the middle part of the field. But a misplay by Benilde allows Haley Von Renzel to get the ball back. Haley tries to dribble forward, and that's good tracking back. But this ball goes right to Grace Fogarty. Fogarty now heads up. She dribbles right into the right back for the Red Knights. But a heavy touch there allows the ball to come out. Von Renzel plays forward to Beld. Beld cuts to her left foot. Beld tried to find Fogarty, and that was a good last-ditch defending by the Red Knights center back. She just got a foot on that ball. At the end of the day, Fogarty calls for a foul in the box, and the Red Knights try to bring it back out. But Grace wins that ball out of the back. Haley finds Cassidy Soto. Soto plays forward to Valerie. Valerie tries to turn. Valerie gets a nice touch on the ball, finds Fogarty. Grace tries to find Kennedy, eventually does. Emma makes an overlapping run down the right side. This ball now into the box, and there's a tying goal! Emma Beverly, her first goal of the season. That's great at build-up play. That's Emma Beverly from Kennedy Beld. Incredible answer from the Storm after going down 1-0. And everyone at Chance Storm Stadium is so excited. Our PA announcer is playing the traditional goal-scoring rally, and the pep band takes up the tune at the same time. But at the end of the day, we are tied. A lofted shot from Emma Beverly at the right side of the box. Great extra pass from the Storm. In the build-up, Fogarty and Von Renzel had a hand in that goal, but in the end, it was Kennedy Beld who received the ball, laid it off to Emma Beverly, who had made a run forward. She had a look at goal, and she took it and made good. Valerie Rakatumalala battling in the midfield now.
Scoring for the Storm, number 7, Emma Beverly. Assisted by number 16, Kennedy Bell.
What an answer from your Storm. That's exactly what you want to see. Now it's game on, but that ball goes over Maya Girding's head. And in the end, that's a good tactical foul from Maya. That bouncing ball went over her head, misjudged the play. The Benilde attacker had the ball moving forward. Maya fouled her, so it's a free kick, 30 yards from Jesse's line. The Storm have 4 in the wall. I don't know about that, and frankly, I don't know why the Storm aren't standing at the 18 right now. They're deep in the box. This ball goes all the way to Jesse, so Benilde not able to execute anything on that free kick, and the Storm will take it. 1-1, 17:30 to go here. First half play. A beautiful October night here at Chance Storm Stadium. Hudson Steer tries to win that ball. It's won back by Benilde. Valerie comes over to help. Good defending. Valerie playing in a defensive midfield role next to Conley Cusick. Cassidy plays that ball forward, bounces off of Kennedy. This ball goes all the way back to the Red Knights goalkeeper. So Kennedy presses forward. Kennedy playing a lone striker. She dictates play to the right. That's a good outlet pass from the Benilde keeper, and really good work by the Benilde attacker to keep possession. Ball out of play, throw in Red Knights. Coach Katie Clark readying her first substitutions. Maya Girding knocks that ball out of play. So a lot of possession going back and forth on throw-ins right now in this game. Ball out of bounds, this time off of Benilde. This allows Coach Clark to make her substitutions. Grace Reichert Senior into the game. She replaces Hudson Steer. And Claire Naples into the game. She replaces Valerie Rakatumalala. Grace started running off the field. I'm not sure she was clear on it. Cassidy Soto wins that ball. So Claire into the game now, playing defensive midfield. Grace Reichert slides over on the right side of the attacking midfield zone. Fogarty moves to the left. Haley Von Renzel still on the field. She's one of your senior captains, along with goalkeeper Jessie Moss and Elizabeth Garraby. Unfortunately, Elizabeth and Molly Puffett, your regular starting center backs for the Storm, both out right now with an injury. Kaya Burrows and Maya Girding sliding in, doing really well, playing in that role. Long ball forward. That gets over Maya's head. This is really dangerous. Cassidy Soto's got to hustle over. This is a chance now for Benilde. There's a shot. That ball just deflects. It's going to go for a goal kick. So again, that ball snuck over Maya's head. Dangerous ball into the penalty area. And Jessie thankfully watched that ball go to her left, out of bounds, far post. Now she plays long, tries to find Reichert. This ball deflects off of Grace, goes back to Benilde. Benilde, a little mix up there, but they keep it. Renzel slides over. Now Fogarty called on to defend. Benilde able to get out. Benilde still in possession. That's good build-up play from them. Don't need to foul there. Benilde right now. Good sustained possession for them. Ball into the penalty area. This is a well-worked stretch for Benilde. That header falls to Jessie. Jessie does well to corral it. So that spell of possession for Benilde led to a good scoring opportunity. We'll see what the Storm can do. They give it right back to Benilde. I think the Storm getting a little stretched here. Kennedy going to press, but the rest of her team not really following. Huge gaps in the midfield. That has allowed Benilde to build up play here. And there's Cassidy called for a foul.
Storm foul. It's a Red Knights free kick.
So I think Coach Clark will have some talking points for her Storm. Either Kennedy needs to just hold, give up possession, and organize defensively just a little bit deeper. Or the Storm team needs to press as a unit. There's too much space, allowing too much build-up for Benilde in the midfield. And that ball's given right back to Benilde. Claire Naples now defending on this play. And this goes out of bounds for a throw-in.
Subbing in for the Storm.
So substitutions now. Looks like Cassidy Soto took a knock. She's getting a breather right now. Mary McDowell into the game now at left back, replacing Soto. Valerie Rakatumalala back on the field. She gives Haley Von Renzel a breather. And Hudson Steer back on the game in the midfield. Grace Fogarty getting a rest. So we're coming up on 11 minutes to play here in the first half. Tie game. Hudson Steer battles on that near sideline. Maya Girding heads that 50-50 ball away. Then Cusick. Now Steer. Kennedy tracking back. And again, Benilde out. So you want Kennedy just to hold there, drop back in. She doesn't need to chase there. Kaya Burrows defends well. That ball comes out. Grace Reichert chases it down. She tries to find Cusick, but that's given back. This is dangerous now. Benilde still in possession. And Mary can do nothing but play that ball wisely out of play. It goes as a corner kick, but Benilde, a little miscommunication on that far side of the field for your Storm. Turnover in a bad spot. Allowed Benilde to get back into the penalty area, and here's their corner. This ball comes in. And that's a Red Knights goal. So the Red Knights take the lead 2-1. We're coming up on the 30-minute mark here in the first half. Set play goal for Benilde St. Margaret's. I couldn't quite see what happened, but it looked like that ball fell right in the 6-yard box. Ball bounced Benilde's way, and they take advantage. Two to one now. The Storm again have to build themselves up out of a hole. Grace Reichert doing her part. She wins that ball on the far side. This falls to Kennedy Benilde. Benilde with a nice move. She's in. This ball deflects out of play. It goes as a goal kick. Once again, good answer from the Storm. Grace Fogarty pressing on that right side. She wins the ball and finds Kennedy Benilde. Last-ditch defending from Benilde. And Kennedy just gets pushed off that enough to disrupt her shot. Claire knocks the ball forward, finds Hudson. Hudson tries to play forward, and this is going to find its way to the Benilde goalkeeper. So we're under 10 minutes to play here. First half, 2-1 Benilde. Ball goes over Cusick's head. 3 Benilde players battling there, and they're able to get it. They keep possession. Ball forward. Handled by Jesse. Jesse plays long. This ball falls to Benilde. Kennedy tries to cut back on her right foot. Claire slows things down, plays Cusick. That's given back to Benilde. Kaya Burrows defending. Far side of the field. Now Beverly just clears. Once again, Benilde have what they want. They've got attackers forward in possession. Now the Storm can get out. So this opens up a little bit of space, but that's asking a little bit too much of Kennedy from Valerie Rakatumalala. That through pass. This ball sneaks past Maya Girding. Kaya has to defend, and she just plays out of bounds. Benilde in possession. Another throw in. Benilde still in possession. They've got the ball at the top of the 18. Now Valerie again just clears. So Storm asking a lot of Kennedy. And they get that ball. It's a lot of kickball out of the back. Again, with this formation for Benilde, when the Storm win possession back, all it takes is a couple of 1-2s in the middle part of the field, getting your attacking midfielder or even your defensive midfielder facing forward, and there's plenty of opportunity to free up Benilde, given the fact that The Red Knights are pressing forward. Those balls one time out of the back. Still a 2-on-1 situation. Beld against the two center backs for the Red Knights. And right now the Storm can't get anything going. Now Hudson tries to release Beld again forward into the channel. That's defended again by the Red Knights center back. Mary McDowell, she comes up to win the 50-50 ball. This is a bouncing ball, and Grace. Referee calls a stoppage in play. It looks like a Red Knights player is coming off injured. Maybe a bloody nose.
Injury substitution for
Yep, so Red Knights
number 19, Kaya Ballinger.
captain coming off the field. She's got a bloody nose. Just under 6 minutes to play here. The Red Knights are going to keep possession. And Benilde able to work the ball out of the back, but they kick it out of bounds for the Storm. Substitution now. Grace Fogarty's going to give Grace Fogarty's going to give Kennedy Bell a breather. Mary McDowell's going to take the throw for your Storm.
Coming in for the Storm, number 10, Grace Fogarty.
Now Mary to take. She finds Grace. Grace has won her team a corner. Grace got that ball on the ground.
That'll be a corner kick for the Storm.
And Hudson Steer going to take this on the left side. This will be an outswinger.
Number 13, Hudson Steer.
Hudson on her left foot. He's got Fogarty. And now Rakatumalala makes a run to the top of the six. That's a good ball in. That's over the goalkeeper. Fogarty got that ball towards net. Beverly and Cusick trying to connect here. And there's a long ball forward. That goes off the football upright. It's going to go out of play for a goal kick.
It's a Red Knights goal kick.
So that's twice now. Corner kicks have gone over the Red Knights goalkeeper. The Storm have not been able to capitalize on those goalkeeping errors. And here's the space right now. This is what you give up with only one striker. And that's fine, but it's just our striker and our midfield three in front of her just not in sync. Too much space is allowing Benilde all sorts of possession in the middle part of the field. Haley Von Rensselaer readies herself to come back into the game for the final 3 minutes of the first half. Jesse plays short to Kaya Burrows. Kaya long ball out. This ball now falls to Claire. Claire tries to find Hudson. That ball forward. Now Cusick. Cusick plays forward to Fogarty. Valerie makes a run to the middle. That's a good run. Does Grace see her? She dribbles forward, tries to find Reichert. Grace battles for the ball, and that's kicked out of bounds. That was a good run by Valerie from her attacking midfield role.
Coming in for the Storm, number 20, Haley Von Rensselaer.
Haley's going to hustle to the far side of the field. Grace Reichert comes off. 2 minutes, 45 seconds to go here in the first half. Emma Beverly to take that throw on the far side. Haley Von Rensselaer right into the action, coming on as a sub. She gets the ball in the far right corner. She does really well to get past her defender and centers. That's great goalkeeping. Claire Naples at the top of the six. Haley put that ball into the box, but the Benilde goalkeeper was up to the task. That's a great bit of goalkeeping from her. Haley, good work to get that ball in. And that chance goes awry for the Storm. Valerie battles for the 50-50 ball. Now Fogarty into the game. She pressures. Benilde wisely get the ball back under control. They find their keeper. That ball out. Naples defending on the play here. Benilde again able to work the ball out. This ball is going to fall. Emma Beverly slides over from her left, and she just plays out of play. That's a little safe there. Storm had some players forward rather than play out of bounds there. Perhaps get that ball forward. Now Grace checking back. Mary McDowell not able to connect on that pass forward, and it goes out of play as well.
1 minute remaining.
1 minute to play here, first half. Your Storm down a goal. Hudson intercepts. Can't connect with Fogarty, though, but this ball falls to Cusick. Conley tries to switch. Long ball, and that goes over Conley's head. That allows the Benilde St. Margaret's attacker to come back and keep the ball. Now they try to switch play. Benilde able to keep it. Mary clears. Valerie finds Hudson Steer.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Hudson tried to find Grace forward, but that's how this half is going to end. 2-1. Your Storm down a goal. The Storm went down 1-0, then eventually equalized on a goal from Emma Beverly. But Benilde takes the lead on a corner kick set play. And that's how we go into the half. Your Storm down a goal. We'll take a short break and be back in just a minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, halftime just about over here on Teacher Appreciation Night. We'll see if the Storm players sending good vibes out to their favorite teachers brings them some luck here in the second half. They've got to build themselves out of a 1-goal deficit. We'll see how the Storm come out. Coach Katie Clark has in the past toyed with changing up formation at halftime depending on how things have gone. Moving from 1 striker to 2, 2 strikers to 1. Right now, Benilde and Fogarty look like they're set up as a dual striker attack. And we'll see what that means for the midfield. Coach Clark goes with 2 up top. She likes to play a diamond midfield with 1 holding defensive midfielder, 2 central midfielders, and a attacking central midfielders, the 10. Haley Von Rensselaer does really well right off the whistle to move forward and press the action. And now Benilde able to beat her defender, gets the ball. She tries to cut it back, and right out of the gates, the Storm press earns themselves a corner. That is a great way to start the second half for your Chan Storm. Come out on the front foot. Love it. Again, that's Hudson Steer on the far side of the field. She favors her left foot, so this will be an outswinger. This ball comes in right at the penalty spot. Haley had a chance to get her head on that, but it goes off of the back of the Benilde defender, finds its way to Cassidy Soto. She tries to switch, but that's given away. This is a dangerous transition, and Connolly Cusick does really well to intercept and break up that transition, but that was a dangerous pass right across the middle part of the field. Now Soto called on to defend on the far side, and the Benilde attacker has got the ball into the right flank. Cassidy does well to win it back, and she tries to find Val, but that sneaks past her. Benilde, though, slides over from her attack spot to win the ball back. Now Kennedy tries to switch, and that's given right back to the... I think Connolly could have used a little communication from her teammates there. She had the ball facing the direction she wanted to go, and that's a foul on Beverly. And this is going to be a yellow card to Emma Beverly. That's a dangerous tackle. The referee stops the clock, goes to his back pocket, and he's going to pull out a yellow card, and Beverly's going to have to take a break under Minnesota State High School League rules. Yellow cards require substitution. The only saving grace on that tackle is that it was outside the penalty area. Mary McDowell replaces Emma Beverly. And this gives the Red Knights a direct free kick in a dangerous spot on the left side of the penalty area. Storm largely playing straight up individual marking rather than zone. That's a dangerous ball into the area. Goes out of play for a goal kick. Beverly's going to come right back on the game, having come off for a requisite 1 pattern of play, and McDowell comes off. So Beverly is going to need to be a little careful into the referee's book. Whole second half to play. Cassidy Soto cuts behind. That's given away. Cassidy does well to win it back, but it's a dangerous spot to be dribbling. And now the Red Knights with numbers. And this is deflected and goes for a corner kick. So Storm, their own worst enemy with the turnovers right now, dribbling when we should be passing. And this time the result is a corner kick. Red Knights scored on their last corner kick. This ball into the penalty area goes out of play off of the Red Knights attacker for a goal kick. So the Storm get away with one there. 3 minutes gone, second half play. Storm led by senior captain Haley Von Rensselaer off of the kickoff, marched right down the field and created a scoring opportunity. It's been a little bit more back and forth now. Heavy first tackle foul. That's a yellow card to Grace, so she's going to have to come off. I don't think there's any argument on that yellow card. Grace isn't too sure about it, and Claire Naples is going to come on and replace Grace. But in the end, that's a pure tactical foul. You can't blame the referee for pulling a yellow card there. Burrows wins this ball. She wants her goalkeeper to come and get it. And Jessie does, and she's pushed in the back. The referee lets that go. I think if the referee is going to start calling some pretty close yellow cards, he's got to at least call a foul on that play. Looked like he warned the player, who definitely had her hands on Jessie after she grabbed that ball. No foul given. Now Benilde able to bring the ball back out of the back. Work the ball out of the back. Girding has to defend on that play. It goes out of bounds. Throw into the Storm. And Claire's going to come right off and Fogarty back on. So Emma Beverly and Grace Fogarty sit on yellow cards. And I was wrong. I think Coach Clark is still playing with the same formation with her two holding defensive midfielders in Connolly Cusick and Valerie Rakatumalala. Fogarty is playing more of a attacking winger out here on the right-hand side, and Beld is really the lone striker up top. Throw into the Storm. Beverly to come over to take. 5 minutes gone here. Second half action. Fogarty wants to send a shout out to Alec and Jackie, who are watching on the big screen, says Ed. Great touch from Haley Von Renzel to find Fogarty, and she's got the ball on the right flank now. Haley makes a good run forward, and Grace dribbles to her left. This ball goes out of play for a throw-in. A couple more shout-outs on this corner kick. We wait for Hudson to come take it. Jesse Moss wants to send a shout-out to Grandma and Grandpa Quello. They're watching from Appleton, Wisconsin. Thanks for tuning in. Hudson Steers corner. In-swinger this time. That's a good ball into the penalty area. Well defended. Two Benilde attackers boxed out Grace Fogarty from getting any kind of attempt on that ball towards goal. And as this ball goes out for a throw-in, your Chandstorm boys varsity walking past, getting ready for the nightcap against the Red Knight boys at 7 p.m. Congratulations to Coach Kevin Manton. The Chandstorm boys have battled in every game that they've had, and they have lost some close games. They actually got their first victory of the season last week. To get off the Schneid. Cassidy Soto takes the throw, far side, looking for Beld. Soto steps up, tries to clear. Cassidy again tries to play forward, but it's gobbled up by Benilde, but then they just play long. But that's knocked down by Maya, but ball goes right to Red Knight's attacker. Leads to a long shot well over the crossbar. Right now Burrow's tracking back to give Jessie a short option. Jessie tries to find Beverly. I think if Jessie watches it back, just give it to Kaya on the ground there, and then Kaya can connect with Emma on the ground. Turnover, throw in Benilde. Bouncing ball, controlled by Benilde. Now Benilde, dangerous opportunity into the penalty area. Benilde attacker couldn't get around on the ball to square it to a teammate. That ball goes out of play. Again, Jessie plays long right to Benilde. She had 4 players inside her penalty area that she could have connected with there. She elected to play long, and Benilde just sitting back waiting for it. Now Jessie connects short. Soto gets the ball at her feet. She finds Conley Cusick, and Storm just can't get out of their back. Whether they play long or short, this Benilde press doing its job leads to another scoring opportunity, and this time Jesse's probably just going to punt it to relieve a little bit of pressure. So Benilde with the run of play the last several minutes. Haley Von Rensselaer does well. She finds Jessie Moss. Jessie tries to find her striker. Bell, great bit of skill to bring that ball down. Tries to connect with Grace. 2 defenders back behind Grace. Grace wants, she could play quickly. She's got Haley square to her left. Instead, the Storm just let the play die. Benilde able to get back, transition on defense, and Kaya walks up and take the free kick. So ball in, easily won away by Benilde. But Cusick able to intercept that attempted transition out of the back. And the ball's going to stay with the Storm, and they're attacking third after that deflection off of the Red Knights' left back. Emma Beverly up to take them. She's got Fogarty and Bell. That's cleared by Benilde. Rakatumalala now with an opportunity. Kaya chases down this loose ball. Now Beverly, she's got Maya square. Good ball from Emma. Emma squares to Soto. Heavy first touch. Soto plays away. It's given back to the Red Knights. Long ball forward by Benilde to chase this down. She's got a man on her back. She's got to defend. Good touch. Clever little cut from the Benilde attacker. Allowed her to create some space to get a cross in. Jessie corralled it, and now she punts. Header won by Benilde. Conley Cusick battles, and she's won a free kick.
Red Knight foul. That's a Storm free kick.
Kaya tries to play short to Emma. Emma wins that ball, so that's a good bit of work for the Storm, but that long ball forward goes right to the Benilde keeper. So I like that option, trying to keep the ball off of a set play. But Beverly's cross right to the Red Knights goalkeeper. 12 minutes gone, 28 minutes to play here, second half. Your Storm down a goal. Hudson, far side of the field, deflects that attempted cross away, but Benilde gets it right back. This ball finds its way to Soto. Soto plays forward. Kennedy can't corral that. And again, Benilde able to reset. They play their keeper, spread out. Again, spread the Storm out, but Fogarty able to deflect that ball to slow things down. Benilde, when they get possession in the back, are opening up huge gaps. Play. Substitution. Claire Naples on the field now.
Number 6, Claire Naples.
Claire replaces Valerie Rakatumalala, so now with Claire on. Haley Von Rensselaer keeps possession off of that throw-in. So now the Storm with a free kick. And Beverly's going to come up and take it. She'll be 40 yards from goal, but this is an opportunity. The 26-minute mark, so as Claire Naples comes on the field, she wants to give a shout-out to her grandparents, Greg and Lynn, watching from by way of Little Harbor, Door County. And her sister, Leah Naples, watching from her dorm room while she's studying. At least that's what she says. That's dangerous ball out. That transition Slowed down by a wayward first touch from the Red Knights attacker. But the Storm give it right back on their throw-in. Haley not able to control that throw from Emma Beverly. Girding comes up to win back. Kennedy now able to turn. He's got Grace Fogarty. And that's, hate to say it, probably a good call by the assistant referee on the sideline here. Grace Fogarty caught offside.
Storm offside. That's a Red Knights free kick.
Soto does really well to win back possession. But that ball then is given back to the Red Knights. And they're going to make their first substitution in the second half.
Subbing in for the Red Knights.
Games 4-3-3 formation. Likewise, the Storm sticking with their 4-2-3-1 here. We'll see if they're able to transition forward and battle back a second time for the equalizer. So Soto tries to kept that ball in play, but unfortunately for Benilde, Claire tracking back on defense. There's a long shot attempt, and that goes out of play just as the train rolls by. That's got to be good luck whenever the train rolls by Chan Storm Stadium. Behind Jesse's goal on the north side of the field. Now Claire plays out, finds Kennedy. Kennedy, heavy first touch, though. This ball stays with Benilde. Benilde works this ball forward. Girding defending there. Benilde still in possession. And then they kick the ball out of bounds. Now Coach Clark, with her last substitution, has switched things up. Grace and Kennedy both playing a little bit more attacking right now. And again, Soto back, kept that striker on sides. If she had been even with Maya, that would have been offside. Now Benilde attack down the right side again. Goes for a corner kick.
Corner kick for the Red Knights.
Red Knights got their second goal off of a corner kick. Right now, no one guarding number 17, standing alone in front of Jessie. The ball comes in her general direction. I think that's just a lack of concentration from the Storm, leaving that player unmarked at the penalty spot. And the Storm can't build up out of the back. Ball goes back to the Red Knights. Soto, good defending on the far side. Can she connect? She plays forward. That's given back to Benilde, but Burrow's able to intercept. Kaya moving forward now. This is a good ball forward to Grace. Grace has a square ball to Kennedy if she wants. Got a scoring up the area, but Grace couldn't get the call from the referee. And it's transition time again for Benilde, and their right fullback barreling forward. And thankfully, she just kicked that ball out of play. So right now with the two-striker set, if the Storm can transition quickly, Kennedy and Grace are 2-on-2, and that's exactly what happened in that last attack forward for the Storm. So that little tactical tweak at least initially is led to a good scoring opportunity. And now Benilde. They sneak past Ball runs out of play, so goal kick. So we're coming up on 20 minutes to play here in the second half. Jesse's going to have a goal kick. Storm pressing forward. Now Coach Clark looks like she switched it up and gone to a 3-back set. So Beverly, Girding, and Soto all playing center back. Kennedy tries to win the ball. Beverly does well to win there. Now Burrows does really well to find Haley Von Rensselaer. Haley releases Kennedy Bell in the right flank, and that's defended well by the Red Knights. Ball forward, finds Claire. Von Rensselaer tries to center. That's deflected, goes out of play for another throw-in for the Storm. Emma Beverly is going to come forward to take. Corner kick now for the Storm. So set play opportunity. Let's see if the Storm can find that equalizer. Hudson Steer comes over. She's going to take.
Number 13, Hudson Steer, taking the corner.
This is all about want and desire right now. Storm attack forward. This ball finds its way into the penalty area, and it's won by Benilde. Burrows tries to head that ball back into the danger zone. It's dealt with by the Red Knights goalie. That ball goes over Soda's head, and Maya heads away. Good flick on by Hudson Steer. Cassidy Soto makes a run forward. That's dangerous with Grace with her back to the ball. Burrows finds. This ball could fall to Kennedy. It does. Kennedy has Von Rensselaer to her right. She shoots into a bit of a traffic jam, but you like the idea of a shot at the 18 there, but options to her right. Cassidy elects to dribble. She's fouled.
Red Knights foul. That's a Storm free kick.
Cassidy plays short, but ball goes out of play. Cassidy able to connect with Hudson on that far side, but this game might have another goal in it. Von Rensselaer tries to find forward, plays the ball in the direction of a cutting Grace Fogarty, and that deflects out of play. It'll be a throw-in. Emma Beverly takes quickly, finds Conley Cusick, and again the ball deflects out. This time the referee gives it to Benilde. There's a switch of play. Benilde into the attack. They find middle. Burrows defending. This long ball comes in. That's defended. And Kaya clears. Now Hudson. She tries to get a touch on the ball. She's chipped on that play by the Benilde right back. Referee lets play go. Now Von Rensselaer defending. This ball. Dangerous spot. And that leads to another goal for Benilde. I think Jesse had the mindset to come and get that ball into the penalty area. In the end, though, good cross, good finish. And just as the Storm get back on level terms, Benilde take the game right back. A minute after the Storm equalize. And it's 3-2. This ball goes out of play. Throw into your Storm.
Scoring for the Red Knights, number 17.
Well,
Eva Wagner.
there were definitely more goals to be had in the game. Unfortunately, Benilde got the next one. Your Storm have twice been down by a goal in this game and twice come back to equalize. Can they do it again? A third time? Von Rensselaer just to find Beverly. That bouncing ball falls for Von Rensselaer. Now Claire Naples in on the play. Kennedy tries to dribble around three defenders. Von Rensselaer does well to deflect that to Maya. And there's a good connection from Emma to Maya, but this ball deflected, falls to Mary. Mary does well. She slows things down. Jessie elects to play long. Jessie had time there. The ball went off the side of her foot. And now Benilde with 13 minutes to play in the game. Throw in in their attacking half. The Storm called on to defend again. It's a good switch of play from Benilde. Benilde still in the attack. McDowell defending on the far side. Knocks the ball out of bounds. Red Knights throw in. Red Knights still in possession. Top of the box. This is a dangerous opportunity now. Good defending by, I think that was Claire Naples that defended on that shot. Deflected. Did just enough to let that ball fall to Jessie. Now Hudson. Hudson with a good ball forward to Kennedy Beld. Kennedy Beld. Last ditch defending by Benilde. That was a diving slide tackle by the Benilde center back. Goalkeeper was off her line. She was not going to get there. Kennedy Beld had eyes for the net, but good defending. Throwing for the Storm. Emma Beverly slides up. She's going to take. Grace Fogarty checks too. This ball goes to Kennedy. Grace defends. Now Emma with time. Emma, good cross into the danger zone. That was well headed. Good defending by Benilde. And they just clear. Throw in taken by Hudson Steer. Again cleared by Benilde, right down the line. Cassidy Soto checked back into the game for Mary McDowell. That ball given back to Benilde. Another good switch of play. Emma watches this run out of bounds. And she'll have a throw-in. Under 11 minutes to play here. Second half, your Storm need a goal. Down 3-2. Haley defended on that play. Can't handle the throw-in from Emma Beverly. Haley does really well to win the ball back, and now Haley in a dangerous position. She tries to find Fogarty forward. Grace attempted to flick that ball towards Kennedy, but that ball goes out of play.
Let's give a hand to tonight's ball chasers, represented by CC United U13 girls, coached by Ashley Kirkpatrick. Thank you, girls, for your help tonight.
Hudson Steer on the ball now. Finds Fogarty. Fogarty does well to keep it. She's fouled on that play. I think if the referee's going to give Grace a yellow card on her tactical foul, he certainly could have returned the favor there. Red Knights center back had a bear hug on Grace as she corralled that ball. Tried to get it on the deck. Does Burrows have eyes for goal? She's 35 yards out. Benilde stands right at the 18, giving the goalkeeper plenty of room to assess this. And in the end, plenty of space to make an easy save. Good defending by Benilde. Kaya flicks that ball back to Jessie. Jessie's able to use her hands. She does, and now she's going to play long. So we're under 9 minutes to play here. Second half, your Storm down a goal. Burrows again defending. Girding finds Hudson. Good step by the Benilde defender. Now Soto has to defend on the far side. And this is good ball forward, offside. Soto defending on that play. Maya Girding and Emma Beverly able to hold the line. Benilde caught offside. That ball forward, Von Rensselaer tracks back. She tries to get it on the deck. Emma finds Haley. Defended by Benilde. Burrows, good courage to come forward and win that header. Conley tries to disrupt, but Benilde, they got something going on the right flank. Cassidy Soto does enough. She's fouled. Referee. An assistant referee has liked to get involved in the play, ruling that the ball had been rolling on the ground before Burrows took it. Burrows, really thoughtful ball to Hudson Steer on the ground, to her feet, transitioning the Storm quickly off of that penalty, but in the end, ball comes all the way back and Soto takes it, kicks it right to Benilde. Possession back to the Red Knights. Claire does well to defend there. Claire releases Kennedy Beld. And now the Storm get it back. So the Storm now able to win possession back. They're back in the attack. We're under 7 minutes to play. Storm got to go. They got to go right now. Conley, really good ball off of that tough throw in. Conley finds it back, and she takes a half volley on the bounce. Again, not much in that save for the Benilde goalkeeper. Attempt on target, though, from Conley Cusick. Ball gets past Cassidy Soto. Conley does well. Gives her a good touch. Ball's on the deck. Soto plays into the channel. Benilde gives chase. Ball goes for a throw-in. Fogarty slides over. She tries to take quickly. She throws to Hudson Steer. Hudson gives it back. It's defended. Burrows, good first touch to Soto. Soto tries to play into the danger zone. Headed away. Another header win from Benilde, but Burrows able to gather, and she gets it on the deck. Plays Jessie. Jessie elects to play big in the direction of Fogarty. Now Steer. Steer finds Beld. That's good defending. 5:30 to play in the game. Storm got to press. Got to go now. Hudson takes the throw on the far side, tries to find Claire. That ball sneaks past. Cassidy deflects. That ball goes off of her head. Assistant referee, again getting involved, gives Cassidy free kick there. Maybe just give it to Maya here. Maya, Kaya, and Emma all in a position to get the ball there. Instead, we go long. And it's given back.
Short foul. Red Knights free kick.
Good things happen when the Storm are able to connect with balls on the ground when it's available. It's not available all the time, but This is their home turf. They're used to practicing and playing on this field. I think they'd want that ball on the deck as much as possible. And trying to find those balls over the top and in the air in the right moment. Jesse called on to defend. Well done by Jesse. Good goalkeeping on that cross. 4 minutes to play. Again, well won by Benilde. And they're in transition. Here's a long shot attempt. Jesse saw it all the way. That came from 35 yards. Was on target. Good header win again by Benilde. That long ball into the channel. So both teams like to kick the ball in the air. It's led to a lot of throw-ins, a lot of transition turnover. Ball out of bounds, throwing back to Benilde. 3 minutes to go now. Benilde will take this all day. Slow the game down, kick it out of bounds. Storm are the ones that got to press. Conley, she plays forward. This is going to run back to the Benilde goalkeeper. She plays with her feet. Kennedy with a good press there. Goalkeeper's first touch. Knock that ball up into the air. Now the Storm, 2:30 to go in the game. Emma Beverly finds Von Rensselaer. I don't think Haley realized the time and space that she had. Her bench is right in front of her. Tell her to bring it down. Haley steps, though, wins the ball right back. Haley on the dribble. Haley squares to Fogarty. Good pass from Von Rensselaer. That ball's given back. But now Hudson Steers. She's got a chance. Hudson gets it on her left foot. This ball deflects. Good goalkeeping. Red Knights goalie hustled over to keep that ball from going out of play for a Storm corner kick, and that allows the clock to dribble below 2 minutes. Good first touch by the Benilde striker there. Soto defending on that play. Burrows tries to connect with Steer. Cassidy comes forward again. Hudson, good bit of defending on that far side. Hudson's taken down. Referee could have given a yellow card there too. And now he's telling her to move the ball back 2 yards on that dangerous tackle from behind. No yellow card from the referee, and he's admonishing Hudson for having the ball 1 yard or 2 yards out of play. It's ridiculous. Soto wins the ball, and miscommunication there. Now Claire gets it. Good bid work from Claire to find Conley. Claire wins the ball back again. Good pass on the ground to Emma Beverly. 1 minute to go in the game. Can the Storm find it? Soto's got to defend here. We're under a minute to play. Some urgency needed from the Storm. Girding defending now. Girding's tackled on that play. Cusick does well to win it. Now Steer. Steer plays forward into a gap. Tries to find Fogarty. Goes out of play for a throw-in. So now Benilde able to take some more time off the clock. Now they kill the clock a little bit more by tossing it around. Long throw-in over Hudson's head. They kick it out of play. 10 seconds to go here in the game.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
And unfortunately, that's how this game is going to end, folks. 3-2, your Storm twice battled back after being down a goal. Down 1-0, Emma Beverly equalized. Down 2-1, Grace Fogarty won herself a penalty kick and then converted to make it 2-2. But only a minute later, Benilde able to grab the lead right back. And so Benilde goes to 13-0. They remain undefeated, and they vex the Demons from last year's October 1st loss to the Storm. So that 2-0 defeat to your Chan Storm last year remains the last time the Benilde St. Margaret's has gone down in defeat in 2 seasons. Your Storm unable to get it done, but credit to them. They battled, had their opportunities to nick another goal and get a point out of the game to get to 3 goals, but in the end it wasn't to be. So congratulations to Benilde. The Storm, though, still with an opportunity to get to 10 wins. They sit on an 8-5-1 record right now. They've got 2 games left in the regular season. They're at New Prague on Thursday, and then the last home game of the year against Buffalo. Wins on both nights would get them to 10. Going into sectional play would make them feel pretty good. So we'll take a break from the YouTube Storm Athletics live stream on Thursday night for an away game, and hopefully we'll be able to be back on the live stream on Saturday for the final game of the season. Until that time, thank you to your producer, Ryan Salmons. Chanhassen Jr., thanks so much to Ryan for all the work that he does to bring you the Chan Storm Girls Varsity live stream. Good luck to the boys. We'll see you next time.